guys, today's video is about pregnancy travel must-haves. I recently took a trip while being very pregnant. I was 32 weeks when I went and traveled. I had to go for work to the mainland, to California, and I decided to do a travel pregnancy thing. I actually filmed this before I traveled and realized there was all these little things that I needed to mention because traveling when you're pregnant is no joke, you guys. I thought it would be really easy and comfortable, and as long as I prepared and had all these things ready, and it was really uncomfortable. I can understand why they don't recommend traveling past 28 weeks because it's just really uncomfortable. So this is my pregnancy travel must-haves updated from actually traveling at 32 weeks and coming back. Obviously, you need to talk to your doctor. I had spoken with my doctors because I was having a very healthy, very normal pregnancy. They said, well, we can't recommend it that you travel past 28 weeks only because if something happens or if something feels funky, you will have to stay wherever you are. And for me, if I had to end up staying in California, it was not a problem because my sister is right there in Napa and I would be able to stay with her for any reason. So I was totally okay with that, and plus I needed to go for work. It wasn't just vacation. So that was all clear with my doctor. So here are my travel pregnancy must-haves. Number one is easily removable shoes. The worst thing is having to go through security and have to bend over with your big pregnant belly and tie and untie shoes on and off your feet. My absolute favorite shoes are these little moccasins that I know I've mentioned them before, but they are really easy to slip on. They're very comfortable and you don't have to bend over every time to put them on and off, and they're also just really cute and stylish. Number two, a rolling suitcase. I made the mistake of thinking that I could do just carry-ons because I was only going for a week, and so I thought I can handle all these carry-ons. I'll do a rolling suitcase and I'll put another bag on top for my carry-on. That was a mistake. If you have to have any carry-on, it should be rolling, and you should probably minimize the absolute most that you have to actually keep on your physical body. So even your tiny little purse that has all your ID and everything should be in a rolling suitcase. And then if you have extra clothes, check it in. Because I tried to lug a rolling suitcase as a carry-on and then also a carry-on as my second bag with all my goodies and snacks and all that stuff. And I walked about 500 feet and felt like I had walked 3 miles. It was really difficult to pull that much amount of weight. That would be my one thing that I would definitely change, is that always only have a rolling anything. To find the smallest rolling suitcase you can, because if you get a big one, it'll weigh more, and all that extra weight that you're lugging. I mean, I instantly started having like cramping in my stomach and was exhausted just getting from security to my gate. Number three, snacks. Oh my gosh, I packed so many snacks, and that was actually something that I really was happy about, the amount of snacks, because I was hungry all the time and I wanted to keep really healthy snacks with me, and I just took the extra time to pack all these really yummy goodies. Number four, water. So as we all know, water is really expensive on the other side of the security gate. So what I did is I just packed an empty water bottle, filled it up on the other side, and had a big thing of water with me all the time. It's really important to stay hydrated when you're pregnant, and especially while traveling just in general, but even more important when you're pregnant. Number five, leggings. Oh my gosh, these things. I love my LuLaRoe. They were amazing to have for the journey. They were comfortable. Nothing was like squeezing my belly. I was able to walk around and stretch, and they just felt like butter. So LuLaRoe leggings, love them. Ask for an aisle seat. This was huge for me, especially on the long trip where I literally had to go to the bathroom and get up every hour to use the restroom, and we were doing a red eye, so if I had to bother my neighbors beside me to get out to use the restroom every hour, I would have, number one, felt guilty and probably wouldn't have asked them and would have been dying, and number two, I would have probably gotten like a bladder infection from having to hold my pee so long. So aisle seat, keep hydrated, and go to the bathroom as many times as you can. Sanitizer and a mask. I am a germaphobe a little bit, so I made sure to have my organic sanitizer and I sprayed it all over everything. The armrests, the seat belt, tray. Airplanes in general are bacteria homes. They're the worst for bacteria. So especially when you're pregnant, you want to try to combat that as much as possible. And a mask. This is something that I've always done, even if I'm not pregnant, and that is to prevent the recycled air, especially if I'm sleeping. Other people are sleeping on the airplane. They're just like, ah. And if I hear people coughing and sneezing all around me, I just get like, oh my God. So I get a mask. It lasts for a few hours and really filters out any of those things to try to just minimize your chance of getting a cold and getting those viruses or bacteria. Wear a mask. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I will just look like an idiot. I don't care what anyone thinks. This was also another huge lifesaver, having extra neck pillows, those travel ones that you can blow up. I had 4 pillows of some sort, one that I actually blew all the way up and used on my neck, and then I had one for each under my arm that I half inflated just so I didn't have that like strain. I have kind of short arms, I guess, so I didn't want my arms like straining down, so I propped up my elbows on each side with like half inflated little pillows. And then I also had a little lumbar air pillow that I slightly blew up so I could sit up nicely and not have as much back pain while sitting there for 6 hours. But I have to tell you guys, even with all of those little things that I had propped up this way, that, that 6-hour flight from Hawaii to California was miserable. I was trying to like twist my ankles, turn this way, turn that way. No position was comfortable. If I was lucky if I got to be comfortable for 10 minutes in one position without feeling like I had to shift or move or like lift one leg up, lift the other. Ask for a pat down instead of going through the machine, you guys. You never know. This is the crazy thing about the technology that evolves in our world. They say it's safe and you just never know. So I just left a little extra time to ask for a pat down, got a female assist, and they did the pat down instead of putting me into that machine that, who knows, could give your kid web feet or something crazy. Extra time for just moving around. I didn't realize how slow, I'm already a slow walker. Just ask any of my friends. I'm like the slowest walker in the world. If I am also pregnant and lugging a huge heavy carry-on, I just need extra time. I didn't want to have crazy rushes of adrenaline trying to rush to a gate, so I just left tons of extra time. Ask for help with your bag. I was traveling with friends, so I was able to ask for the people that I was with to help me with my bags, which was awesome. Don't be afraid to ask for help, you guys. You are pregnant and tender and sensitive, and the last thing you want to do is compromise yourself and your baby. So just don't feel uncomfortable. A couple other things that I learned, and actually what I ended up having to do from one gate to another, we had to switch terminals. And I had this huge bag that I didn't check in like an idiot. And I was so uncomfortable from the flight from before that I just was like, I can't do this. I need to see if they have those little shuttles. So don't be afraid, you guys, to go to the flight attendants at the gates and ask, like, how far away is the next terminal? Is it possible to catch a shuttle or to get a wheelchair assist? After I tried to make my first trek by myself, I just said, you know what? I'm not going to be brave or strong. I'm just going to be smart. And then it made that all of those transitions easier on me and easier on the baby and easier on my body. So don't be afraid, you guys, to do that for sure. And then lastly, just research the hospitals in the area of where you're going to be. So in case something feels funky, in case you feel something starting, you know kind of where to go right away and just get checked up and just make sure everything's good. So anyway, you guys, those are my pregnancy travel must-haves. Be smart, stay really, really hydrated. See you next time. Bye.